I just got these two Cyberverse Commander guys yesterday, and, well, being slightly disappointed with their trailer conversions overall, they are kind of nifty guys. I like the Commander's dudes anyhow. They're kind of cool. I miss Prime's blue flames on the front of his hood, but anyway, blah blah blah. This isn't really a review. This is to show you, because, well, as with many projectile weapons, the trigger for shooting the missile is right over the part where you are going to put it together. So it's instinctively to want to push on it and fire or shoot yourself in the eye while you're attaching it to his hand. And Megatron, well, give me that. Give me that. His have two triggers to make them symmetrical, so it's really easy to hit those as well. So, let me show you a quick, easy way. You don't have to do any gluing, actually, to undo. Get some good light to undo these spring mechanisms and still get the missiles to stay put. See, so I've got the missile, comes in play, but it won't fire out. Now, obviously, you could just put glue in the missile and shove it inside, but I do like the option of being able to take the missile out if I want to. I just don't want it to fire. I'm not into shooting projectiles because I don't like losing them. And while Megatron's missile's not really all that, Prime's is kind of cool. It's got a nice ventilation holes type of thing, so it looks better as a cannon part anyway. So for Megatron's, you undo those two screws, pull the whole thing up. Got a little bit of a clip in the back there. Those screws. Alright, so as you can see, here's the whole mechanism. It's got a pivot right there that it holds on. Can't teeter-totters. Teeter-totters because this part here has to hold the missile. See, it comes in. Here, I'll do it this way. Like this. And the spring. It's actually kind of clever. The spring is cone-shaped. Usually they're just kind of like big pen springs, and it's got a little groove that it pushes right into there, which is kind of neato. So this goes right in, see that? And it'll clip. You gotta put it in just the right angle, which normally it does because it's closed, but because it's open right now. There, see? So it goes in, and so the spring is just held in place right there, and then you shoot it by pressing your trigger. So, easy thing to do, I actually turned this spring around and put it in the same place. Now, when you put this in, it will kind of go in there, but it doesn't shoot out, especially not very far when you release it. It's hard to demonstrate when it's all open, but you get the idea. That one's pretty easy. You turn the spring around, you put it in the same spot, close the whole deal up. Oh, well, and that's a good way to test it too before you put springs back in place. Put the missile in. See, look at that. No firing. Yet you can still take the missile out. There. Make a fool out of me, Megatron. See, so you still get the springing. In fact, you can probably even, if you pull it back, then you can actually shoot. Boom, shoot it out. But being in its place there isn't going to fire it worth beans. So, screw him back together in a minute. Keep your screws on that side of you. And Optimus's did the same kind of thing. See that? Nice weak springage. This one is a little more difficult because you got less room to play in. Still, again, there's two screws. And we're going to take this gray part off here, including the handles. Now this part, there is a clip on the back that you kind of have to pull forward from to get it to come off. Be gentle or you're going to break that blue clippy part, or you can kind of bend it forward like that and bring it out. That's my recommended way of doing it. So now his spring mechanism, here's the same type of deal. Right, you got the spring that's on the pivots right there that rocks, and this part clips onto the thing. Now, I'm not going to undo this because it was a pain to get in there, but So it had the same thing, right? The spring clips into a groove like this. Okay? What I did was I bunched up the spring a little bit, with pliers on my fingertips and shoved it in. So it, in effect, shortens the spring. See, it used to be longer, out to about here, but it shortens it by having it bunched up right there. So that way, I mean, you could also just trim it and cut the spring. For whatever reason, I know I'm never going to be shooting springs out, but if I wanted to, I can take this out and put it back into its original mode and have it just to be like it used to be. There's no damage done. No glue needed, no nothing. So, like I said, I shoved a couple of coils into that area on its own, and then when you put it back together, put it back up here first. See that? So now you've got your trigger on top, and then you put the whole thing on its base. There we go. See, and that clips in. And then you put your screws back in, which I'll do in a second, because nobody really wants to see that. And then when you put your thing in, it still locks in place because of this, but it doesn't shoot out. If you want to let it go, then you hold this down to bring out your missile. But like I say, I like it better as just a display piece than a shooting thing. Just not a projectile guy, what can I say? So, that's pretty much it. Enjoy, I'm going to put these all back together now. Enjoy your Megatron and Optimus without shooting you in the eye, which Megatron liked to do. Let's face it, he's got something against fleshlings. And I'm starting to get quite fleshy. I need to go work out more often. There, we just screw back in. There you go. Enjoy your commanders!